Hello and welcome to CKE 10,001's Game Channel. In this video we'll be looking at my Magia Record Japanese Blue Yachiyo Iroha deck profile. This is a Japanese deck build. It runs 16 level 0s, 11 level 1s, 6 level 2s, 9 level 3s, and 8 climax cards. To start off, we are running 4 copies of the level 0 beater card, Madoka from the New World. If the number of cards in your stock is 2 or less, this card gets plus 1500 power. So it's essentially a 004K character on the board. So there it is. So we're running 4 copies. And then we're running 4 copies of the Kyoko runner. It has 2 effects. The first effect is at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can move this card to the middle position of your center stage. And the second effect is when this card gets reversed and the battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you can reverse your opponent's character. So it's a runner and a level 0 bomber. So we're running 4 copies of this Kyoko. So it's 4 and 4. And we're running 3 copies of the Homura. It has 2 abilities. The first effect is when this card is placed on stage on your hand, you can pay 1, take a hit. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 level 1 or lower character and add it to your hand. The second effect is at the beginning of your climax phase, if this card is in your center stage, you can choose one of your characters and that character gets plus or minus 1 level until the end of turn. So I'm running 3 copies of this card to consistently get the level 1. And then I'm running 3 copies of the Brainstormer, the Yachiyo. It has 2 effects. The first effect is continuous. All your other level 1 characters get plus 500 power. The second effect is activate Brainstorm, pay 1, rest 2 cards. Flip over 4 cards from the top of your deck and put them into your waiting room. For each climax reveal amongst those, search your deck for up to 1 magic character from your deck, add it to your hand, reveal it to your opponent, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. And yeah, that's the Brainstormer. Then we're running 1 and 1. 1 copy of Memories of a Witch Sayaka. It's the other Brainstormer you're using that's spammable. So it's pay 1, reveal 4 cards from the top of your deck, put them into your waiting room. For each climax reveal, search your deck for up to 1 magic character, reveal it to your opponent, put it in hand, and then choose a card in your hand and put it into your waiting room and shuffle your deck. So it doesn't plus you, but it's spammable to mill your deck if you need it. And then I'm running 1 copy of Mami and Nagisa. Its effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, pitch a card. If you do, search deck for up to 1 magic character, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So it's just a on-play tutor. Then running 3 copies of the 102K backup, just to help keep your level 1 alive, so you can try to repeat your level 1 combo. And then I'm running 4 copies of this Iroha card. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous. This card gets plus 500 power for each of your other magic characters. And it has a second effect, which is at the beginning of your climax phase, choose 1 character in your center stage. If all your characters are the same level in your center stage, this card gets plus 500 power and the following ability. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can draw a card and discard a card. So essentially this card becomes a beater level 1 and a filter outlet. And then at level 1, we're running 4 copies of this Yachiyo card. It has 2 abilities. The first is if you have 2 or more other magic characters, this card gets plus 1000 power continuous. And the second effect is climax combo. When this card's battle opponent becomes reverse, if you have the blue climax card, the book trigger, in your climax area, you can search your deck for up to 1 magic character, reveal it to your opponent, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. And running 2 copies of Time Regressor Homura. It has 1 effect. Let me focus on that. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, if the number of cards in your deck is 5 or less, return all cards in your away room to your deck. If you do, shuffle your deck, choose one of your characters, name End of Karma of Formatoka, put up to 2 cards from the top of your deck underneath. You really only use this card for the free fresh ability. You don't use it for the getting the markers. And then for our other cards at level 2, we're running 2 copies of Magical Girl Appears, the red level 2 event. It's a 2-1 event. Choose up to 2 characters in your waiting room, return them to your hand, choose a card in your hand, and put them into your waiting room. And then put this card in your waiting room. So it acts as a nice salvage filter outlet card. And then we're running 1 copy of the Kyoko backup at level 2. Exterminating Nightmares Kyoko. When you use this card's backup, you can pay the cost, which is pay to stock, put a character from your stage into your waiting room. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters with level higher than your opponent's level and put it into your opponent's waiting room. So it's a change punish backup, or early play punish backup. And then we have also 1 copy of this Yachiyo card. It has 2 effects. The first is this card gets -1 level while it's on the stage. And then the second effect is when this card becomes reversed, if this card bottom is higher than your opponent's level, then you can put it bottom of your opponent's deck. And then we're running 3 copies of this Yachiyo level 3. It has 2 abilities. The first effect is if you have 2 or more other magic characters, this card gets plus 1500 power, And the following ability, when this card is put into your waiting room, you can discard a card and salvage this card back to your hand. And then when this card is placed on your hand, it heals 1. And then our finisher level 3 is Iroha. We're running it at 4 copies. It has 3 effects. The first effect is when this card is placed on stage, you can choose a magic character from your waiting room, add it to your hand. The second ability is when this card attacks, you can choose one of your characters and it gets plus 1000 power. And then the third effect is the restand climax combo with this climax card. So at the end of this card's battle, if you have the climax card, you can pay 2, pitch 2, choose one of your other reverse characters and restand it. So you get 5 attacks together in 1 turn. And I'm running 2 copies of the level 3 blue event card. It heals 1, searches up to 1 magic character, and then you have to put this card into your memory after using its effect. And then the last 8 cards of the deck are the climax cards. 4 copies of the level 1 book trigger for Yachiyo, and 4 copies of the gate trigger for level 3 Iroha, which is this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check Encoredecks.com in the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.